see in here. Oh, that's interesting. I did not notice that. Alright. Huh, there's 2 redeems as things, and then there's another one. Yes, I found out later on that this is actually a German mod. Boots of Brave Sneaking. Do I still have mine? Or did I get rid of it? Oh, I must have gotten rid of it. Either that or I threw it somewhere else. Because, yeah, so these 3 books we won't be able to get a hold of if I remember correctly. These are German folk tales, I think, or something like that. So we won't be able to get this. And I don't remember if this is a test one or not. I believe it is, so we're just going to say it is and just leave it alone. But this one we'll be able to do. So let's go to Castle Ravenpride, Keep, and let's see what we can find. Alright, so if I remember correctly... Wait, am I wearing heavy armor? No. Okay. So if I remember correctly, you should have a book. I think it's... I looked at it briefly, just so that I know where I would need to look. Is it not here? I thought I saw that it was in a... Or maybe it's not in this one? Maybe it's in a different building? Maybe it's in the blacksmith one. Oh, no, there we go. So there's 3. Okay, so we're going to try and do them in order, though. So I think there's another one in here. Don't worry, I'll read them. I just don't like the title, though. Let's see here. Is it in here, by chance? No.
What do you want?
So it's got to be upstairs, then. Because it's on a table. This is this table. Ooh, Shiver. Pretty cool. Oh. Wheat grains there. Alright. Not my favorite... Okay. Not my favorite layout of it. Part 2, okay. So we gotta find part 1, then we go in here for part 2, then we go find part 3. Okay. So we gotta find part 1. So it's gotta be in the blacksmith building, or, as I believe, it could be in that bridge building that's over down there. But I want to check this area first. Okay. Do you have a book, by chance? Called something Nord. You don't really look like you do. As I said, I briefly looked at it, so it's not like I know where, like, 100% of where it is. I just know it's in an interior. That's as far as I know. I think all 3 of them are in interiors. So let's go check the bridge station that's down here. See if it's in here. There you go. How long are these? Okay, I like that. Okay, 10 pages. It's fine. Kind of weird that the blacksmith doesn't have a custom mod book, but I guess it's fine. Yeah, I'll showcase all the items later. I'll do the stories first. So it's gonna show that I've read it, right? Because I did read it, but we're gonna read it actually. It's when you flip open the book kind of thing. That's where it records that you've read it. It doesn't mean that you went from like page 1 to page 10 kind of thing. So I'll show you what I mean by that. Kind of wish it was on this level though, so that you can easily just get out. The book was on this table. No? Okay, I forgot which table it was on. No, it's on this table. See? So it's just when you flip it open kind of thing. There is an OBSC script that will actually skip that for you. I don't know if it works if you open the book from your inventory, if it'll just skip it. But yeah. Alright, so let me just see what the other two, how long the other two are. Okay, that's not too long, okay. Alright, so let's start with Melissa's notations, then we'll do Filian Araton's diary, then we'll do the short story. I don't know what you want to call this, though. And then I'll show you that the other ones just really are just German stories. Anyway. Melissa's notations. Found documents in Ravenpride. After the purchase of Castle Ravenpride by Heron de Mend, these documents were found and copied by Drathis. Not Drathos, but Drathis. Captain of the castle. Of this castle. The diary of a prisoner named Melissa. My hope is like a glowing flame. It enlightens the darkness and will never extinguish so long as I will live. I do not know how much time I still will have to spare, but I hope and believe that our grief was not wasted, and that at some day someone will thrust the stone from that hole and reveal the skins of leather on which I will stain the happenings of Castle Ravenpride, that he will feel the agony and hate with any word I have scripted here, with ink made of red stone onto these skins. Okay, so something that I do want to mention, though, is that this person's probably first language is not English. First of all. Because you have this giant paragraph from wasted to here with no comma for like a time you would breathe, right? Because I literally had to breathe twice during this entire area. So yeah, that's really fun. Anyway. And my desire will not wilt. We will free ourselves from this cave of darkness, so as I have sworn, as they laid us in chains and threw us to the feet of the Imperial Captain. And my eyes were able to catch that face of hate and greed of Filian Araton. It was not the first time we have met. I still remember as if it happened yesterday, how he came to our village. And now he miserably tried with his words of tease and feign to seduce me and to tear me away from Marcus, my beloved husband, with the promise to ease the tax burden from our village the Emperor has laid upon. Okay. If I only would give him company beneath his sheets, bastard. But the hate and despise in my eyes blend with his distressed pride from once have fed his greed. For revenge. He could not find a way to dishonor me by his oh-so-honored words of how he and his ancestors of eldest royal blood enjoy a high reputation in the Emperor's eyes. Since the day of his abject deed, my hate has grown hate for the Emperor and hate for all his serving houses. There are so many shammers along them. Shamers, probably. I don't think you need the second M here, but I could be wrong. Heron de Men, who enjoys a high reputation from the Emperor, is one of them, and I fear the day will come where he will also try to harm us. Cool. Anyway. Harm us if we have not vanished already from Araton's cruelness. I am Melissa Vemiel, daughter of the chief Marcus Vemiel, from a little... Wait. Wait, huh? Wait, hang on a second, before we continue though. Okay, didn't she say her husband? Tear me away from Marcus, my beloved husband. I am Melissa, daughter of the chief Marcus Vemiel. Your husband is your father? Or am I reading this too much? From a little village at the border of Valenwald. Valenwald? I mean Valenwood? I will take revenge for what Filian Araton has done to me and my village, as his tricky raid turned my home into a place of death, as he turned this small community into ruins of rubble and ashes, and murdered all of the inhabitants and all my friends. Only my family was brought in chains to Castle, Ravenpride, where we will mine for ore till our death is near for our disobedience. Yeah, I can definitely tell the cruelness. I don't know what cruelness. I won't lay with you in bed. Fine, fine, traitors. What? That's pretty much what I got from that. Philin Eriton, of whom the other prisoners only talk in a fearful whisper. Fearful has one L, I think. Yeah. Full, like you have a full stomach. And never say his name because they believe he is the embodied evil. Ooh. One prisoner told me of 2 failed rebellions against his brutality and capriciousness. But poor organization and the lack of food have led them to their demise. But a 3rd time, that rebellion will not fail. That was my vow as we gathered with the other prisoners to the candle fire, spread to us as rarely as possible. I do not fear Philin Eriton. Whispered plans are made. The hunger for revenge has to be awakened in the prisoners, who still have a shred of hope left. Our plans have grown by night in the darkness. If guards sleep and chains surround our ankles, weapons are made secretly. The chains are not long enough to move around in the entire barracks, but as I moved to one dark corner to ease myself, I found some stones, which can easily serve as a good weapon if you put a little work on them. I am the daughter of a stonemason, and I know the artistic work on stones. I know how to make useful weapons from them. Even our chains could be cut with them. Some of the prisoners were also craftsmen, and together we started to work on them. If the guards sleep on their pallets, drunken from wine, the wine, their only amusement here in the cold and lonesome caves, they never spare it. Our conspiration, is progressing. We watch the guards and exchange messages, but the health of Marcus, my husband, fills me with sorrow. Like husband again. Okay, I'm gonna go back and see if I might have like put too much emphasis into the whole father thing. Philin Eriton gave him the whip as Marcus lowered his pick to take a rest for some seconds. His wounds do not heal well down here, and his leg is inflamed. But nevertheless, they dice him down with me into the mine, while Philin Eriton's insidious sight lies upon me. Marcus's health has become worse, but still, as the head of my beloved father has slept in on my lap for all eternity, I will not give up the hope for the release of the few of my folk which have still survived. Soon one of the guards will return on their patrol. I have to put the leather skin back into its shelter. The guards have been forced up and we cannot do much for the moment. I still try to keep the light of pride and humanity searing through the darkness. A little piece of ancient magic and healing skills given to me by my mother's blood still rests in me, and I won't let it pass out. Many prisoners here have become sick by the rotten air. Cough and fever are the smaller diseases. I try to fight here, but I will not give up. Marcus is now in delirium. Over short or long, Philin will try to let us rot down here in the cells. The flame of anger never burned as hot as today, and Philin Eriton should be cursed till all eternity. Revenge, cruel vengeance, I have sworn him with today, as I saw how Marcus did his last breath in my arms. His body was too weak to fight the disease that crawled through his wounds into his body. I hunger for vengeance, for Owain, my brother, killed by Philin Eriton's men. I can still hear Philin's laughs in my ears as his guards dragged the corpse of my father away from this place, and my curse was echoed by the walls of these cells and caught up by them to keep it for all eternity. I curse you and your breed and everyone who will ever rule that castle with hate and brutality. Everyone of royal blood who will rest here, even if you think that you banished me and our folk, I will not rest till an upright ruler of unroyal blood moved upon Ravenpride's throne. He laughed at me because he doubted the truth in my words. Philin Eriton is a moral demon. Today he tried again to close up on me where Marcus is dead. When Marcus is dead, he thought I would be in the need of someone who fulfills my desires. Ha! I took care of that. I took care that no one will ever fulfill his desires again as I rammed my chains between his legs. And still enough prisoners are left in good on health to wage the break. We will have to be fast to break out of here, because if he will come back to consciousness, my fate will be sealed. I was able to cast a weak protection spell around me as the guards kicked me and threw me against the walls, so that I was not killed. Tonight it has to happen. We will get the stone weapons, cut the chains, and then I will strike Philin Eriton down with one vicious cut. The light of the candle is burning out, but tomorrow a new flame will be enlightened. The flame of hope will never extinguish what will live from the vengeance of my curse, even if our plan will fail. Here the notations, and Melissa led the third prisoners' uprising and perished in it. Burgos, however, remained in Ravenpride. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, but the health of Marcus, my husband, fills me with sorrow. Gave him the whip. And then, as the head of my beloved father has slept in on my lap for all eternity. I don't understand. So, she married her dad? Is that the whole context of this? Yeah, Marcus, my husband. Okay. Yeah, Marcus, my husband. And then daughter of the chief, Marcus Vimile, from a little village. Yeah. Okay, so daughter of this person. So Marcus Vimile is the father. And then later on, they say that, like, but the health of Marcus, my husband. And then the head of my beloved father has slept in on my lap. So Marcus the father and her husband died on her lap? What? Please tell me this is a mistranslation. Please tell me this is a mistranslation. I want to chop it up to that. Because this is creepy and weird if it's not. I married my daughter, but I died in her lap. Like, what? I know Oblivion has... not Oblivion, but, like, I know, like, the Elder Scrolls has some weird, like, history with siblings kind of thing. Or just weird things like this. I think one of the Morrowind characters cloned himself, I think? Into a female body and has like 4 female clones of himself or something like that. It's really weird, but like this kind of reminds me of like that kind of thing. Like I don't really know. Like